Let's take a look at this safety walker that you can put your baby in, just like this. Now, this is my kid's baby, but I wanted to do an example. So the baby would go in here like this, and then there's some things that the baby can play with. But I want to talk about one thing about this walker later in this video, about why it may not be good. So let's talk about it. So first off, there's a lot of good features. There's the musical button, and it's kind of a pain to put the batteries in. So that's just one thing, but it's right here. So if you click, the baby clicks this, music would play. And there's also a little switch here. Additionally, we have spins. My kids especially like this spin thing. Any toy with spins tends to do well, so your baby could like spin the toy and do things like that. Additionally, to keep your baby happy, there's also this right here. I'll be honest with you, my younger kids are like under 1 year old, are not going to be able to honk on purpose, but hey, why not? And then we also have the spin. This spin's probably the most easy one because look how fluid it is. It's easy to spin. This one's a harder spin, but it makes cool noises. Typically, your baby's probably just going to play with this in a little slow motion, kind of like this. You're just going to have a baby just go bang on it. It might spin some. It might spin a little. Who knows? It's going to spin sometime. Mainly, you can walk up and do this and get the baby's attention really quick. Make sure you don't go too fast. Safety first, right? That's what it says right there. So I'm going to talk about one of the bad things about this particular thing is it's heavy. And it's so heavy that your baby, if their feet can touch, will probably not be able to walk too much under 1 year old of age. Like, it's just not something, maybe if they're older and you want to figure out a way to kind of make things safer, but like for a walking baby who's just starting walking or getting there, I'm not sure I could recommend it for that because it's just so heavy. And that's why I guess it's safety first, because it's so heavy that your baby can't even move in this thing. So I don't know, like that's my experience with it, is most young babies are not going to be able to move too much in this, especially if they're early with walking and stuff like that. So probably just something you want to think about. There are lighter ones where babies can move around, but if you want your baby to be safe and just sit somewhere, this is probably a good one, as they're not going to be able to get too far in this one, especially at the younger ages. Now, when they get older, that can obviously change, and that can change a lot of things up. Overall, it does do a good job. Very sturdy. It wasn't too hard to put together, so that's the good news about this, is you're not going to have a lot of challenge putting this together. A lot of it's snap pieces. So as you can see here, there are different levels that you can have for your baby for the safety first walker, if they can walk. And safety first probably won't be happy I'm saying that. I think they can eventually walk. It's just not easy as some because it's more sturdy. Like, see how sturdy this thing is? But you can raise it right here if your baby gets taller and becomes a toddler. So toddlers can walk in this very easily, but younger baby's going to have a little bit more tougher than other ones. But again, safety first. Like, you want to make sure things are safe before your kid starts walking around. Hence the name, safety first. So for a really safe walker, it's good. But as you can see, these things don't really move too well. And the wheels on the back over here. So if you want like the baby to sit with you in the kitchen, I think this is actually okay. Now here we can see it's a rubber. And it just doesn't move as fast. It's slow. It has a little tension to it. So it's not going to move as some smaller walkers. But it still gets the job done. And I'm sorry, that doesn't... It still gets the job done, so your baby's happy. And that's all that really matters. And I just used my baby's toy, a baby toy, to do a review of a safety first walker. I knew I got my kids babies for some reason. Hit that like button, guys, and subscribe. I'll see you on the flip side. There are so many toy videos on this channel. Just watch them.